Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you with your Puffco Budsy bottle and wax cigar diamond dab of the day. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. As always, since I know you're going to enjoy today's video, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, tell your friends to subscribe. Hit a like button, and please send comments. I reply to them all. Let's get started with today's topic. Feeling a little bit sorry for yourself? How about, are you really feeling sorry for yourself? Are you all the time looking in the mirror going, oh my God, you suck? Well, guess what? First of all, you're not alone, okay? Many people have moped around feeling sorry for themselves before, but there are ways to stop it. There are ways to cultivate and find a more positive attitude. You all know I'm very familiar with self-pity, but I also think many of you out there are as well. So we know that feeling sorry for ourselves doesn't get us very far. It robs us of time, and in fact, you can't change the things that you're worrying about anyway. But why are you feeling sorry for yourself? That's the question. Why do we feel sorry for ourselves? What causes self-pity? So you need to find out, I think, the why, because without getting to the root of that type of feeling, it might be impossible to overcome it. So let's discuss. Well, failure is an obvious reason for self-pity. You know what I mean? There are a number of reasons why you might be feeling like a failure. But when hardships happen, we all have to understand it's not easy to get up when you've been knocked down and go towards the solution. Most people lose their motivation. Most people give up too easily, which leaves them sorry for themselves. A lot of times it's a self-esteem issue. Self-pity a lot of times stems from a low self-esteem, distorted self-image you have. Well, it can come from troubled childhood, can come from a bunch of different things. But telling yourself that you're not good enough, come on, that's negative self-talk. So you know what? Let's not be overly critical on ourselves, because there's so many other people out there that are willing to do it for us. Well, what if we have a mental illness? Anxiety, depression. Unfortunately, when you're in that world, as I know it, and I've been there and I feel it ongoing, those states leave us feeling worthless sometimes. That's right. And then you ruminate about past mistakes you've made, failures you've had, and it happens, the tidal wave, the tsunami. And you suddenly find yourself that you're believing you're a terrible everything. A terrible spouse, a terrible parent, a terrible worker, a terrible friend. You beat yourself up, you gain weight, you don't look the way you want to look, whatever. There's a problem around every corner. Also might start by just dwelling on a situation from long ago, and you can never fix. And you think you made the bad choice, whatever it was, and you're going to go on and on and on and be ashamed of what you did in the past. So anxiety and depression really turn into what I would call confidence killers, okay? And it distorts our perception of ourselves. It makes us feel bad and feel sorry for ourselves. We also fall victim to comparing ourselves to others and feeling extremely inadequate. Well, it's a toxic habit. How many people out there do it, okay? How about almost everybody? Well, it's a result of the internet, it's a result of TV, it's a result of all the things we're being told we should be, we could be, if only we did whatever. Well, guess what? The only person we should be comparing ourselves to is the one you wake up in the morning and look at in the mirror. That's it. You could have had trauma or abuse like me. Trauma and abuse survivors come out of those toxic situations often burdened with self-esteem issues and mental health issues, frankly. It makes a person feel really bad about themselves if they were beaten every day of their lives when they were young. So abusers, okay, follow you through life sometimes. These people who abused us still could exist in our lives as we become adults. So many victims blame themselves in order so that they can cope with the the person still being in their world. Well, guess what? You don't have to. Shout it out, whatever they did to you, okay? Come to grips with it and make whoever's responsible for the trauma responsible. You're not responsible for trauma inflicted upon you. A lot of times people just have a victim mentality, frankly. My father used to say that everywhere I go, I find a black cloud. I'd have the boss I didn't like. I'd have the guy in my bunk at camp I didn't like or didn't like me at school, and so on and so on. But guess what? That's life. It's not because of me. Well, I only figured that out a couple years ago, and I'm 64 years old. So guess what? We're all victims in our own minds. That's right. It's called victim mentality. We all fall into that. Yes, we do. Now, you don't have to be suffering from victim mentality, but we all have it because we exhibit symptoms of it, okay? Well, guess what? We've got to turn it around. We've got to stop feeling sorry for ourselves. We've got to take our mental temperature and ask ourselves, are we wallowing in self-pity? There are ways to know that you're doing it, you know. Have you lost passion for all things you love? Do you talk constantly only about misfortune? You're feeling sorry for yourself. Well, we got to stop doing it. We got to accept the pity. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it's okay to feel sorry for ourselves a little while. Yes, the problem is staying in self-pity mode for too long. Of course, we got to allow ourselves negative feelings when something happens bad. We also got to agree to let them go after a certain period of time. So letting self-pity go, simple thing like that, will make us feel less bad and less sorry for ourselves in time. We will creep back up the hill. And guess what else works incredibly well? I know. Helping someone. I appreciate all of you because of what you all do for me. Think about it. Helping other people gets us out of our own heads, gets us into the concerns of others. They don't have to be family or friends. The more we get out of our head, the better the perspective is on what's happening in our life and what hurts. Wait, have you heard me go, oh, my back? No. Because I separate those things. That's the beauty of what I like to do here. I help, I talk to others. Well, guess what? It helps me too. So change your focus. That's right. No matter what's happened in your life to make you feel sorry for yourself, no matter what, there are a whole lot of good things that you have in your life to be happy about and grateful and thankful for. Yes, that's how people see you. You just don't know it. If you focus on things that don't revolve around self-pity, guaranteed you're going to grow a more positive self-outlook. So let's try focusing instead on what we don't have. What do you think of that? We might not have the right bicycle. I might not have the fishing rod, the best fishing rod. I might not have a new car. But guess what? That car gets me where I want to go. The fishing rod catches big fish. And you know what? You got to just change how you see it. And as you do it, your self-pity will fade and you'll creep back up the hill. Just stop giving up. That's right. We've got to start breaking boundaries. You hear about glass ceilings, you hear about things like that. Well, guess what? I don't mean the boundaries that we've set for ourselves in life. I'm talking about limitations that people place on us in society. If you're trying to become a doctor, people keep telling you that you're not cut out for it. If you're trying to become a lawyer, somebody says, oh, you're not cut out for it. On and on and on. Well, guess what? Refuse to listen to those people. You are whatever you want to be. The 3 Ps. And I guess we got to stay away from these 3 Ps. They keep people locked up in their brains. It's a mindset thing called personalization, pervasiveness, and permanence. With personalization, we tend to think our situation is our fault alone. We blame ourselves and dwell on what we could have done differently. With pervasiveness, we assume that a traumatic event will affect all areas of our lives, and it's not true. And permanence makes us think that bad things will last forever. Bing, bing, bing. This is how I live. So what I'm trying to do in this talk about how we can get away from feeling sorry for ourselves is owning up to what I do. Now I see the picture in the mirror. Now I can think about the future. That's right. It's great to live in the present, of course. But the thing is, we need to take a quick look at how the future can look if we continue to feel sorry for ourselves. Self-pity is stressful. It's going to take years off your life. So you got to ask yourself what you're feeling bad about. Will it matter in the next 5 or 10 years? My gramps used to say, grandson, in another 70 years, it won't matter. Okay? Whatever your time frame, keep your future in sight, just a bit of it. And maybe it'll help you retain hope instead of pity as you get to those transcendental moments. So let's stop feeling sorry for us. That's right. I suffer from the trap. You all know that, of self-pity. So you're not alone, none of you. And this doesn't all sound so hard to do, I don't think, especially when our life has letdowns and traumatic events in it. We've survived those. We've flourished and moved on from those. We have not let them define us. So when we feel sorry for ourselves, that's what's happening. So I hope I help everybody. I hope I helped everybody. I hope I helped because you know what? I helped me. And I want to thank everybody today for joining me for the Puffco Budsy bottle and wax cigar diamond dab a day. You're going to say, well, that doesn't look like it's going to fit. Well, it is with my dab cap. Are you ready for this? I'm not kidding. This is going to be a sick hit if I can get it on here again. Hold on. Watch this, everybody. Watch this. And thank you so much for joining me. Hit that subscribe button. A like and a comment would be nice. Cheers, everybody. It's coming. Hold on. You don't think I did a test run? I did a test run. I admit it. Because this is too cool. Here we go. Oh my goodness. You see that? Off of this. Come on. Wow. What a hit. Thanks for joining me, everybody. This has been The Real Senior Stoner. Let's stop feeling sorry for ourselves. Let's take the world on in a totally different fashion. You all have a great one. Cheers, everybody. The Real Senior Stoner.